Hey everybody. Okay, so I've never recorded straight from YouTube before. We're going to go ahead and give it a try. I hope the lighting is good. So we're going to make this card. This was on my Facebook Live last night, but it was really blurry. My internet wasn't good, so apparently it affected what everybody saw. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a video and then make this part of a blog entry. So let's get started. And this is Carrie Ann from Stampin' on the Bright Side. I meant to do that first, sorry. All right, so what we're going to use, we're using Above the Clouds. I'm going to use this stamp right here, and I'm going to use Let Your Dreams Soar to stamp on the balloon this time. I did Life is a Beautiful Ride the last time. And go ahead and pull these out. And I'm going to stick them on this box. I need the basket and coloring for the basket and the balloon. I think that's all I should need for this one. Oh, I'm going to need this for the end. Nope, this one for the inside. Okay, just go ahead and get those out and then set this aside. Okay, so I cut the pieces already, and I went ahead and ran my oval and my stitched oval through the Big Shot and cut them out. So this is our stitched shapes, and this is our layering ovals where they came from. So I'll set those aside, and I'm going to go ahead and use the Big Shot to take this piece of paper, and this was cut at, I think it's 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Yes, and I'm going to run it through this embossing folder because I like how it gives like this little feeling of clouds kind of, and it's just very whimsical, and I think that's perfect for this card. So I'm going to have to swap out because I have my magnetic. Well, I'm wondering if I can go ahead and just use it. Let's see. I've never used the magnetic plate. Nope, can't. So learn something new. I'm always about learning something new. Okay. Use my regular base. Right. Make my sandwich. Okay. Oops. Run this through. Alright, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sponge a little bit, if I can find my sponge. I'm going to sponge a little bit of Pool Party onto this, and I don't see my, oh, here it is. Okay, got it. So we're just going to put some ink on the sponge, and then we're going to start kind of off the edge and come inward. Oh, that's the wrong color, isn't it? No, that is the right color, isn't it? Yeah, that's the right color. It just looks very green to me. That's weird. I don't think it was, I think maybe I had sponged. Oh, that's Mossy Meadow. I'm going to have to redo this one. This is Pool Party, but the sponge had Mossy Meadow on it, and I didn't realize it. Okay, so hang on. That's not hard to fix. I just need another piece of Whisper White and just cut it really quick. I need 3 1/4. Yeah, let's do that. Wait a minute, is that 4 3/4? No. So let's do this one. Okay. 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. We'll run it back through really quick. I think that's the right size. Did I do it wrong? What did I do? Oh no. Hang on. Obviously, I did not measure correctly, but I'm almost positive. Oh, it's 3 1/2. 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Okay. So 3 1/2. Off by 1/4 of an inch. You know, I probably could have made it work anyway. It just would have been slightly different on this other card, but it would have been probably okay. 4 3/4. And does that match? Yes, perfect. Okay. So now let's try this again. Luckily, this doesn't take very long. embossing folder. Well, now I'm kind of a little bit rattled because I wasn't expecting that. But that's okay. Mistakes happen. You just have to be ready to just make whatever corrections are necessary or roll with it. If that hadn't come out so dark, I probably would have just rolled with it and not really worried about it too much. But it showed up really, really strongly because Mossy Meadow is a much darker ink than Balmy Blue, or sorry, Pool Party. There we go. Now we're ready to go. So I want to make sure that I don't use this part of the sponge. I want to use the part of the sponge that I used last night. A lot of people don't use the same sponge for multiple colors, but I don't see why not, as long as you're careful. Much better. It's a much more subtle color, so it's not gonna stand out quite as much. Still looks a little green to me. But we're just going to go with it. It's still going to come out pretty. Whoever gets it will love it. I love to get cards from people, that, especially ones that they made, but really any kind of cards. Okay, that's fine. All right, just to kind of color it a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down with my bottle of glue that will never end. I don't know how long it's been almost empty, but it's still going. Which is fine. That means you get a good value for your money. Okay, so just lay this down. Hold it just for a few seconds. Mush it around if you need to get it in the right spot. Get the cat hair off. Okay, and then not going to do that. I'm going to lay this one down. This is a piece of Designer Series paper from the Bird Ballads set, which I believe was a suite. But I don't know. I just ordered the paper and the stamp set. I don't know if there was anything else with it. Okay, and lay that down, and I can probably go ahead and put my banners down. I just cut, this is Calypso Coral and this is Daffodil Delight, and I just cut these, just cut them. This one's three quarters of an inch, this one is 1/2 of an inch, and I just cut them using the triple banner punch, which is awesome. These small pieces, you kind of have to do it upside down so you can see the end. I can show you real quick. So you just run it through here so you can have it as narrow or as deep as you want to. And then you get the perfect size banner. And I'm going to, if I can get it off of here, get this straight, I'm going to place it about maybe halfway down and not quite to the edge, and hold it in place. And then this one is going to be a little offset from this one and slightly lower. It looks kind of weird right now, but when you put this over top of it, it really just sets it off. It's nice. Okay, so let's stamp. I'm using stamps that are photopolymer stamps. So we're going to go ahead and get the mat out. I'm stamping with Memento ink. And oh, I need to get my blocks. Okay, so I need the D block and the C block and the A block. Make sure we ink it up too good without getting too much ink. We don't want to smear it. Make sure I'm on the screen. Hold it down for a few seconds. Okay, that looks good. Put the basket on the little block. You don't want to use a block that's too big. I mean, you can, but you have to be super careful that when you ink it up, you don't get any on the edges and corners. I'm going to put this down, space it down a little bit lower. Hold it for a few seconds. Okay. And then I'm going to use the other little basket. This is the one that shades in with the color you want. And I'm going to use Old Olive. for the color. That is one of the colors that's in the DSP. Old Olive, Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, Pool Party, and Daffodil Delight. Okay. Love it. I can go ahead and stamp the words. I'm going to do the words in Old Olive as well. I want to do this on another sheet real quick just to practice, because yesterday I had trouble with one of my stamps from this set. It has a defect. That looks good. And so I'll have to email them and see if they can send me a replacement. Okay. And then we're just going to color the balloon, layer everything up. I do have to draw the ropes from the balloon to the basket so it doesn't look quite so mysterious and magical hovering there below it. I'm just going to use one of our journaling markers. And I'm not really sure exactly. I don't know. I'm just going to do like I did last night. We'll just do that. It's fine. I think it looks okay. Okay, now I'm going to color a little bit. If I can get my box open. Okay. I'm going to use the same pattern I did last night because it's just easier that way. I'm using all the dark colors from these sets. So let me pull them. And then I don't have Pool Party. So I'm just going to use my Stampin' Right marker in Pool Party. And I'm going to start with the lighter colors first. So, Pool Party. Okay. And then Pool Party over here. Pool Party over there. And then I did a little bit right there. Should have left that open. So I can just toss them in there. Okay, so let's do the Calypso Coral. Oh, I thought I had Petal Pink. Did I not have Petal? I do have Petal. Okay, yeah, let's do Petal Pink next. And I did it over here. And then right there. And then right here and here. And then Daffodil Delight. I did right there. I love these markers. They're so smooth. And they color so nicely. It's very little effort at all and barely touching. Love that about them. Okay, so let's do Calypso Coral Dark. Barely even touching. I'm sorry, I'm so quiet while I'm coloring. I always laugh when people say that, but I'm doing it too. Okay, and the last color is Old Olive. And this one I'm definitely going to do very lightly. Okay. And then I just put a little bit right here. Alright, one last thing I did is I used the Wink of Stella to, is this the gold one? I don't want the gold one. Nope. That's the right one. Okay. And then I just colored the colored parts of the balloon. So this puts a little bit of glimmer. It's like a little bit of clear glimmer paint. It has tiny little bits of glitter in it. But it just really adds some dimension and causes it to stand out when the light hits it. It's so pretty. So I don't know how well you can see that. So I don't know, but you can see it really good in the pictures that I took. And I also did the paper, just the edges that we're going to see. So I'll just kind of go about right here and just go ahead and paint all the way to the ends, everything that we're going to see on both sides. And maybe just a little bit further in just to be careful. All right. So, oh, you know what? Pfft, wrong card. Wrong paper. So, yeah. Okay. We'll just redo that. Try that again. Well, now I have another little paper ready to go for the next card. I probably colored up just a little higher than I needed to there, but it'll be fine. Better safe than sorry, right? Okay, so I'm going to now adhere this down onto this piece of Pool Party on the oval. Just go around in a circle. Boop. And then I'm going to pop that up using dimensionals. Okay. If I can get it turned over. I'm going to do it very gently because the glue is still wet. I don't want anything to shift, because most likely if it shifts, it's going to be right exactly when it adheres down once and for all, and you have no choice but to go with it. And the cat. The cat was up here sleeping in my room while I was working in my camper. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a teacher, and I'm remote teaching, but I'm on my lunch break right now. And anyway, I teach from my camper in the backyard. We just pulled it out, hooked it up. All right, last thing I'm going to do, whoops, is put some blingy bling bling. So I have these really pretty iridescent sequins. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on my silicone mat. Okay, and I'm just going to choose, I think I'm going to do the green. I think it works really well. Kind of hits the highlights. It's a lighter, these are a little bit lighter colors, but they work. Okay, there's some putty on the end of this that helps to hold it, but you have to be careful because like sometimes it doesn't want to let go, and you have to just make it. Okay, all right, this is kind of an iridescent, almost like mother of pearl, purpley pinky kind of color, but it works really well with the petal pink and the Pool Party. Oh, there you go. See, the putty did not want to let go, but it did. And then I'm going to get one of these, I think is similar to Calypso Coral. If it's not Calypso Coral, it's pretty close. Oh, and a little bit more gently. Okay, here we go. And that's probably going to have glue on it. Oh well. Okay, so there we go. Got it done. Just in time for lunch to be over. I have a few minutes to gather up my things and go back downstairs to my camper. So here's the one that I did last night, and here's the one from today. I think there's maybe still some old olive in here, but I think it's okay. So it worked out really well. So go check out my blog, stampinonthebrightside.blogspot.com. If I'm not mistaken, as soon as I said it, I was starting to question myself. Or check out my shopping page with Stampin' Up, carrieannkinky.stampinup.net. And hopefully see you later. Have some fun crafting. Bye.